Well, what is going on? Boy, I haven't been riding for a long time. This is actually my first ride since I came back to California from picking up mom in Arizona. Anyways, I've just been busy with everything. Actually, I gotta run down to the bike shop and grab some inner tubes, because let me tell you, that trip had problems just before the trip even started. It was really weird. It was like there was some bad mojo was trying to prevent me from going. It was kind of weird, but I knew I was going to go out there, slapped on fresh tires, did an oil change. I took the bike for a spin just to scrub in the tires. This was about 4 days before I left to Phoenix. Hopped on the freeway, gonna put some miles on, and almost instantly my clutch was slipping, and I was like, whoa, why is my clutch slipping? I've never ever had that problem. So on the freeway, up at speeds, just lay into the throttle and it would slip. And I'm like, oh man, no big deal. You could regulate the throttle and drive it so it wasn't slipping. And I figured, okay, that sucks, but it's not going to affect the trip. I'm going to be just in high gear on the open freeway, not a lot of shifting. No big deal. I could work around it, not a problem. So I put like 60 miles on the tires, came back home, parked the bike. Everything was loaded on the back, strapped down, like the bike was prepped and ready to go. It sat there for 1 or 2 days or something. And the night before I left, had a productive early day, got a lot of rest, and I'm drinking a lot of fluids, getting ready for the big trip the next day, and all that mumbo jumbo. Took me a shower. I was going to go to bed early and get plenty of sleep, and I went out to the garage to do something or check something or whatnot. I'm probably gonna have to blow this because they do not change for motorcycles. And I actually was telling my wife about the stuff on the back. I'm gonna have to mentally remember to kick my foot up really high, because you're used to a certain height over the fender, and you throw your leg over there, and then once you have a pack on the back, you really got to kick your boot up there high to get it over. So I got up on the bike, and the second I put my left foot on the peg and I went to swing my leg over and I hopped on the bike, the back tire just went shh. It was flat, like it was sitting there flat. And when I sat down, I crunched the tire and let out the excess air. It wasn't really under pressure, just the ambient air in there or whatever. And I was like, what in the hell? Are you kidding me? Like, the tire literally got a flat sitting in the garage. Like, it wasn't like that when I parked it. So somehow during that day and a half that the bike sat ready to go, prepped 100%, everything is perfect, the tube failed and tire went flat. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I'm fixing to go to bed like in an hour, and I'm showered and all that stuff, so I was like, wow, man. Had to throw the bike up on the stand, pull it down, take it apart, put a new tube in and all that stuff. Did all that, bam, put it all back in. Took me another shower, went to bed, everything was good. Woke up, fine, hit the road. And a little over halfway there, boom, I got a flat tire. And I was like, what in the heck is going on? So I'm nursing this clutch that seems to be just barely slipping for some odd reason. I had a flat tire the night before, kind of almost wanting to prevent me from going on the trip. And I swapped that out with another brand new tube. And by the way, that tube was brand new. Brand spanking new tube, brand spanking new tires, and a flat from just sitting in the garage. So anyways, then I'm on the road. I got my second flat. What in the heck, man? It was just like, is something telling me not to do what I'm doing? Like those weird things, like all the signs are there, don't do it, but whatever, Pushed it to the next exit, which luckily I was like a mile or something from a station, which is amazing because out there you're literally in the middle of nowhere. So I did at the station and all that. That's the end of all the BS. Got there, everything was cool. Got back home, no problems. But yeah, So anyways, I got a clutch. Moto City ordered me a clutch, got that in the mail. And I just got to run down and get some tubes. I have no more tubes. I used up all my tubes. Actually, the tube that's in here is used because the fresh one that was on the bike for an emergency, I had to use the night before. So then I had to dig through my stuff, and I found an old used tube that was quite beaten and used, and you know, I mean, it was okay. It held air, but it was definitely old. So hey, put that on there. Now that was going to be my emergency tube, and I ended up using that emergency tube. So nice blinker, dude. 1 millisecond and you're over. Now that was a big deal. Anyways, yeah, just weird stuff. Hey, it is what it is. Don't let nothing stop you. 2 flat tires and a slipping clutch, I don't care, man. I'm going to Arizona. But yeah, it is what it is. It's all good. Just got to replace my tube supply. Actually, these tubes that I'm going to get is to put the knobbies back on the other side of the rim. So, it is what it is, man. Quick little trip. Get what I need. Go for a ride. It's about 100 degrees today. It might barely be a little over 101. It's nice out here. Feels good. All geared up. I got my mesh pants on, so they feel pretty good. My jacket is mesh. All the time I have my mesh jacket. That's all I really use. I do have another winter jacket for really bad weather. But yeah, I always wear my mesh jacket, my Joe Rocket. I love this thing. But today I'm wearing my mesh pants. Just pull them over my basketball shorts. All mesh, but it's got like the hip pads, knee pads, and all that stuff. If not, I would be in my hot pants, my motorcycle jeans, and those things are tight. They are thick. They are hot, and they are loaded with pads, and they suck. They just suck comfortable wise, but they're actually really nice pants. Go, motorcycle shop over here, we're good. Now, what's weird is I'm trying to get the clutch to slip and it's not slipping. Isn't that weird? So, the only difference is the bike's not loaded down. But loaded down, it wasn't really much. I mean, it was a backpack. A really large tactical style backpack that was fully loaded. I had like, toe straps, you know, whatever, not toe straps, but you know, like bike straps that you'd strap the bike down with, because that's what I used in the U-Haul. But in some other things, it definitely wasn't light, but I mean, still, it wasn't like having a passenger. I would have my son on the back of this bike plenty of times. I used to pick him up from school on the motorcycle regularly, but it's weird. So now it's not slipping, so that tells me that somewhere at some time, I think the clutch has worn down more than it was previously, and it's just fine with me on it, but with that stuff loaded on it, it was just to that point where it wanted to make the clutch slip. But anyways, like I said, I got a new clutch, a brand new EBC clutch with the heavy duty springs. Slap that on there, got the clutch cover gasket. But now that it's not slipping, I'm thinking, hey, let's leave it on the shelf and see what happens. Now it's not a big concern. Really weird. Alrighty, I guess that's it, if that was anything. Peace out, party people.